Whoa, yo, what is up, everybody? Today we are finally diving into Wonder Man on Disney Plus. Now, if you aren't a hardcore comic book nerd, and you might be asking yourself, who is this guy and why does he look like he's headed into an audition instead of a fight with King? Well, that, my friends, is exactly what makes Simon Williams. Played brilliantly by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. So different. This isn't your typical save the multiverse epic. In fact, it barely feels like a superhero show at all. But before we get into the review, we have to look at where Simon came from, because his history is actually one of the oldest and weirdest in Marvel lore. Let's take it back to 1964, Avengers issue 9. Wonder Man was created by the legends Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. But here's the kicker. He wasn't supposed to be a hero. In his original origin, Simon Williams was a failed businessman who blamed Tony Stark for his downfall. He actually teamed up with Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil to infiltrate the Avengers and betray them. He was basically a suicide bomber for the villains. So Zemo gave him these incredible, ionic powers, making him super strong and invulnerable. But told Simon if he would die within a week unless Zemo gave him a regular antidote. In the end, Simon couldn't go through with the betrayal. He chose to die as a hero rather than live as a villain. Now, for you MCU fans, here is a juicy bit. In the comics, where Simon was in that death-like coma, his brain patterns were used to create the personality of the Vision. So in a weird way, Simon is the father or brother of Vision. That deep connection to the core Avengers is why fans have been begging to see him for decades. So if he's such a big deal, why did it take until 2026 to get this show? Well, the production went through it, man. It was originally announced back in 2022, and filming started in actually 2023. But then the world stopped between WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes and a major creative pivot at Marvel Studios, a la Kane. Ant-Man Quantumania, after that did terrible. Marvel has decided to go a different direction. And so basically Marvel pivoted to move away from the limited series toward an actual TV structure. This show was in the oven for like a long time. Now that it's here, I have to say, the wait was absolutely worth it. What I loved most is that it doesn't feel like a typical superhero show. Simon is a powerhouse, but the focus is, isn't on saving the world. It's on the relationship with Trevor Slattery, played by the legendary Ben Kingsley. Now, if you don't remember that, Ben Kingsley has actually been in the Marvel universe for over 10 years. He was in Iron Man 3, and then he was in Shang-Chi as well. So it's funny that I don't know how Marvel is landing Ben Kingsley to do these projects, but it's amazing. Ben Kingsley is absolutely hilarious in this. It's mind-blowing to see an Oscar winner leaning into this role so hard. His brilliance really shines because it feels like he's poking fun at the over-seriousness that high-level actors can have. The way they bring these two characters together is so unique. The plot is about Trevor having to be an infiltrator to bring in a dangerous person with superpowers. Is odd in the best possible ways, but it keeps you on your toes. Let's talk about Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. His character is written with so much depth. At first, he's almost meant to be like unlikable, but in the process of the show, the process of showing you his flaws, the show actually makes him incredibly likable. We've all felt like an outcast or a failure at some point, and seeing him navigate that makes him one of the most human characters in the MCU. And then, episode 4 is a total gem. Mostly thanks to Josh Gad, you know, the guy that played the snowman in Frozen. He plays this kind of arrogant actor that hires another superhero to play a doorman, and there's a whole kind of, it's basically a rewind in time kind of episode that explains why superheroes can't be in movies, because there's a clause in this universe that superheroes can't be in movies for the potential of, like, they might accidentally kill somebody because of their powers. Now, because the material is so good, I actually found myself wanting even more. The show moves at such a brisk pace that I would have loved for the episodes to be even longer for us to get a few more of them. There are so many great storytelling beats that I could have spent hours in this world. And while Simon's ionic powers are kept a bit mysterious and explained, it actually adds to that spotlight feel. It's more about the man than the powers. It leaves you leaning in, wanting to discover more about what he can really do. Now, as for the future of this character, I'm really hoping that this isn't the last we see of this duo with Ben Kingsley and Wonder Man. The show closes in a way that it makes you think it could go either way, but the chemistry between Yahya and Kingsley is so special that it would be ashamed to not see them together again. Overall, I absolutely loved the show. It's fresh. It's weird, and it proves that Marvel is at its best when they focus on character and heart over typical tropes. But what did you guys think? Leave a comment if you wouldn't mind. Did you dig the mysterious vibe of the powers, or are you already wishing for a season 2? Let me know in the comments. What would you like me to add to, what do you guys think of the show overall? So, guys, that is my review of Wonder Man. Thank you so much for watching. And like I always say, in a world where you can be anything, especially nowadays, why not be a kind person to others and yourself? Thanks. I appreciate you guys. I will, I think next movie I'm going to be reviewing is Send Help. That should be coming out soon. Thanks, guys, and have a wonderful weekend.